Hello everyone, it's Zainab here, welcome back. Today we're going to be painting this dreamy sky landscape, so grab your paints and let's begin. You're going to need a sort of large round brush and then a smaller one if you have, if not it's totally fine. I'm sorry if you can hear children screaming, those are my outside neighbours. And then I have a white pen to do the stars and sky, and then for colours I'm mixing permanent rose with yellow ochre, and then for a bit of a purple hue we're going to be doing some carmine, Prussian blue and yellow ochre together. So you're also going to need like a wet damp towel or a wipe, which is what I have. So just taking some water, I'm just going to start by wetting our paper. It's fine if my water is already a little bit pink, so that's probably why the water's got this sort of pink colour to it, but it's fine. It's not going to affect the end result. So I'm using Canson Aquarelle paper, which is really affordable, and it's probably my top most recommended watercolor paper, if you're just starting out, because it gives a really nice effect and it holds well. Okay, so let's go in with our purple color. I'm just going to be starting at the top, and we're going to be dragging the color downwards like so, and then going in with our pink color, we're just going to be blending that into the purple and bringing it downwards. And then as we get down, you can just sort of water it out so it's not as dark. Make sure you're going to the edges. The size of this paper is A5, as I took an A4 paper and cut it in half. Okay, right. So that is our sky done, or the background. So now taking the clean wipe, actually I may just add a little bit more of the pink, as I think it's just not pigmented enough as I would like it to be. Yeah, we want it to be quite pigmented, just so that where the sky and the clouds meet there is a contrast of difference. So I'm just going to go over it again, and then maybe we'll drag it down just a bit more, and then making sure your paper is wet. I'm just going to wet over my paper again, as I need it to be wet for the next step. I'm going to take my damp towel, wrap it around my finger, and then I'm just going to start pushing in sort of an up and down motion, and then I'm just going to remove the rest from the clouds. So you see you get this really nice highlight effect, and then maybe just remove the rest of the clouds all the way down to the bottom. And just go over again where we've dabbed out the color, and just making sure that we've got a nice contrast. And so now just taking in, I'm going to swap to my size 6, taking in some of the pink mix. We're now just going to start by adding some shadow. So in watercolor, because we don't have the ability to use white paint, it means that we have to rely on sort of doing a negative approach. So to highlight our clouds, we're actually going to need to add shadow. So I'm just going in here. It kind of looks very rough, but it's going to look fine once we blend it all in together. You can add as much or as little shadow as you want. And then going in with a clean brush, we're just going to blend it out, and I'm sort of using a rubbing motion. Remove some of that pigment. so there are no harsh lines. And you just sort of keep cleaning your brush so that you're not spreading any more of the colour, but more just blending in the shadow. And we're just going to do this everywhere where we've placed colour, avoiding the edges of the cloud so that we don't have a very big, so that it doesn't get all coloured in. And now going in with some purple, we're just going to add some more and just give some extra contrast to our clouds. Just repeating, doing the same motion that we just did with the pink. Now doing it with the purple. I'm going to fill in this colour here, so we've got a nice dark bottom at the shade at the bottom. And then same thing, we're going in and we're going to blend those colours together, and if there's too much water, go in and lift it up with a damp towel or a baby wipe. And then just going in with a little bit more of the pink, I'm just going to add some dark little shade wherever I can think of and where I can see that it's still a little bit wet, so it's going to blend in nicely and we won't have to go in and blend it again. And then just taking your damp wipe, we're just going to be smoothing out any harsh lines with the baby wipe or with your damp towel, just so that there is no visible shapes. I just went in with a little bit more of a concentrated mix of the pink, and I just sort of did a little swirling motions like this just to make, I think it needed a little bit more of a deeper shadow. So I'm just doing this with sort of like a turning around like a washing machine swirl, and then cleaning my brush, I just blend that colour downwards like so, and then with the top of my brush I just sort of make a lighter mix of what I just applied. So I sort of just did that to some other places here in the clouds, just so that there was a bit more of a deeper contrast between the sky and the clouds. So now taking my white pen, I'm just going to start by doing the moon. I think we're going to place the moon just a little bit off center to the right, and I'm just going to start by doing sort of a half C shape, and then the middle is sort of a bit thicker, and then the ends are a little bit thinner. It doesn't have to be perfect, but sort of try your best to make a semicircle crescent, like so. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Then I'm just gonna add some stars to the sky just by dotting some white dots here and there, and then maybe I'm going to even do a little sparkling star by sort of doing a little cross and then connecting it in the middle. And that gives you sort of a nice, it's a bit bigger than I wanted it to be, but that's okay, it's fine. And just keep adding some stars until you've had enough. I like quite a lot of stars. And there you have it, a simple and easy, really fun pink cloud scene. So I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe and like for more videos like this, and I will see you in my next video.